gentlemen, we welcome you to the spectacular AT&T Stadium here in Arlington, Texas, as Premier Boxing Champions presents the featured bout of the evening, promoted by TGB Promotions, Man Down Promotions, and DSG Promotions, as sponsored by proper number 12 Irish whiskey, the finest, the tastiest, the smoothest liquid gold in the world, and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Order your parts online at O'ReillyAuto.com and get free curbside pickup. This bout is sanctioned by the WBC. The president in attendance, Mauricio Suleiman. Along with the IBF, the president is Darrell Peoples. Judging at ringside, Tim Cheatham, Barry Lindemann, and Steve Weisfeld. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening, 12 rounds of boxing, with a highly anticipated showdown between the battle of pound-for-pound greats for the unified WBC and IBF welterweight championship of the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance, and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's time for the main event of the evening. Introducing to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing purple trunks with white trim, fighting out of and representing his home of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He weighed in at 146 3/4 pounds. His record stands at 36 wins, 2 losses, with 21 wins coming by way of knockout. In his 10th world title appearance, and having captured the unified super lightweight and welterweight titles, tonight he attempts to regain and reclaim the welterweight crown. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the renowned, top-rated world contender, the acclaimed former 2-division champion of the world, introducing Danny Swift Garcia.
It's in your nature to push yourself.
And his opponent across the ring is the defending world champion, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with pink trim, fighting out of and proudly representing Dallas, Texas. He weighed in at a ready 146 1/2 pounds. Truly one of the stars of boxing and pound-for-pound greats. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with a record of 26 wins, no losses, 21 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, in a remarkable return to the ring, he is making his 5th world title appearance. Defense of his title, ladies and gentlemen, here is the former U.S. Olympian and current sensational, reigning and defending undefeated WBC and IBF welterweight champion of the world, introducing the truth, Errol Spence Jr. The referee in charge now to give instructions, Thomas Taylor.
Marker. Okay, corner. Trunks are a little high, so I'm going to give him to the middle of the letters here. He's also going to get to the middle of the letters here, okay? Trunks are a little high. I gave you instructions in the back, gentlemen. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up. Back to your corner, gentlemen.
Tonight's odds are provided by Fox Bet. If you bet $100 on the favorite, that's Errol Spence, you win $25. If you bet $100 on Danny Garcia, he's a big underdog, you'd win $250. The payout $350. And we are trending #1 in the United States on Twitter. Welterweight championship of the world. Danny Garcia says, I believe I can hurt him. The first round, vitally important to see the effects of that car crash on Errol Spence and the strategy of Danny Garcia. We're underway, round #1. Spence pressing forward already, behind the jab. Garcia fires a right hand back. Garcia wants to dictate the pace. He normally takes the air out of the ball and will slow things down. He is content to counterpunch in most of his fights.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to give a guy pressure in the first round when he's pressuring you. And Spence is really doing the right thing. This is how he fought. This is how he fights.
I agree 100%, Lennox. And Danny Garcia would be wise to take his time here and at least size up what Errol Spence has got, land when he can, and defend himself when he has to.
Spence already able to land that jab to the body, and he is active with that jab. It's an effortless jab. Right hands to the body from Danny Garcia, able to land a few of his own.
Now, it's worth noting that Danny Garcia is 5-0 against southpaws. He's fought 5 southpaws, he's 5-0 against them. He's never fought anybody exactly like Errol Spence, but, it's a little feather in his cap right here. He's never lost to one.
Yeah, the last southpaw that he boxed against was
Ivan Red Catch.
and he was practicing the right hand to the body, so I'm expecting the right hand to Spence's body right now, because he's been practicing that with the last southpaw, so he's going to do it with this one.
Garcia able to block that left hand to the body. Errol Spence is the most accurate body puncher in boxing. He is able to land with that left hand continually, and Garcia able to block that. That could be significant in this fight. There's a shot that landed from Spence. Good combination.
Well, Spence landed, but Danny Garcia connected with a counter right hand left hook. So, this is what Danny's good at. You touch him, he'll play tag with you really well. He doesn't want to sit on the ropes, I can tell you that, Brian.
Spence coming in with that left hand, charging hard, but you're absolutely right. Garcia will do subtle things that are sometimes difficult to see. Comes in with that right hand to the body, but he is able to respond and counter punch effectively. He'll counter right hand, drive Spence back.
There's another example of it. Spence landed the straight left to the belly, and Garcia countered with the right hand up top.
Do you think he can hurt Errol Spence? I mean, everybody can hurt everybody, Joe. But, do you think he can actually land and hurt Spence?
It's hard to hurt Spence. He's been hit by, some of the best guys in the division. I've really never seen him hurt.
A lot of tension in this building, I can tell you that.
Yeah, but Danny Garcia, anytime he's throwing his punches with his body behind him. He knows how to use his weight.
He does. That's why Thurman said he's the hardest hitting guy he's been in the ring with.
Garcia able to land with the jab to the body. The left hand there from Spence. Spence is usually content to slow. There's a right hand from Garcia, straight up the middle, able to land.
And Garcia's right hand is not coming straight. It's like a whipping right hand, and he throws it very well.
Yeah, he knows how to fight a southpaw, and Spence is again trying to put on that pressure, but he's got to be careful not to get clipped by a counter punch himself.
Final seconds there of round number 1. We'll take another look, and we'll try to get Sean Porter's prediction now, right? We've seen one round.
Now, Errol Spence with a jab. Danny Garcia parried it and missed with the counter right hand. Here goes that body shot. Garcia throws that little chopping right, and then a left hook that landed on top of the head. So that's what he'll do to you. And there's that little sweeping right you were talking about, Lennox. But see, Danny Garcia knows how to fight a southpaw. And, you got to use the lead right hand at the right time, and he does it. And the other thing that Danny Garcia does is he'll move to the left hand of a southpaw, which is completely opposite of what you're taught normally. And, southpaws expect you to go to their right hand side. And if you change that up like Garcia does, it's a little confusing for southpaws.
Spence is totally committed to the body. 10 of his 15 landed punches were to the body, and sometimes they're hard to see. But even in that exchange, you can see Spence is able to snake in a shot and land a good body shot on Danny Garcia.
You're right. When he goes to the body, he usually lands. It's rare that Errol Spence misses with a body shot.
And he outlands against everybody, Joe. It's remarkable. Like what he did against Mikey Garcia was incredible. But he just outlands everybody. He's probably going to outland Garcia. It's just a matter tonight if Garcia can do damage with the shots he lands.
You're right.
Yeah, but Garcia is a very tricky fighter, and he moves well, and he tries to set traps for his opponents. Just when you think you have him and you're getting him, he comes out with a punch, a left hook or right hand, or a body punch.
We will find, by the way, I hope Kate Abdo is up there recording the predictions now for Sean Porter, because we believe Sean is ready to make his predictions. So that's after round 1. But, I'm sure there is information to be processed after round 1. So Lennox, you first. What did we learn in round 1 from the fitness of Spence and the strategy of Garcia?
No, I expect Spence to come out like this, and I expected Garcia to come out like he did. Like I said, he's gonna pick his moments. He hasn't reached that moment yet. He's still checking out Spence and seeing what he can do. But he's just, warming up into the first couple of rounds.
But Spence looks like Spence, doesn't he, Joe? I mean, that looks like Errol Spence.
Absolutely.
Right.
And that's kind of what I said going into this thing. And I agree with Sean. Give him a round. Let's see what Errol Spence looks like exactly. And he looks like just that nice left hand right there. He looks like his old self. He's putting on pressure. He's taking chances. He's looking to win this fight. I don't see any hesitation in his style or his demeanor at all.
Right. Spence, if you watch Errol Spence against either Kell Brook, Mikey Garcia, Sean Porter in the early rounds, you'd say, hey, this is competitive. He has his hands full. And then in the later rounds, he busted up Brook, made him quit, befuddled Garcia, and knocked down Sean Porter. So if this is what we see with Spence now, he usually gets better and better.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. But, again, Danny Garcia is probably in the best shape of his life. He'll be good down the stretch himself. That doesn't mean that Errol Spence can't, put some real hurt on him and stop him later on in the fight. That could happen.
Oh, got caught in there, a little off balance with the jab after he threw the haymaker right hand.
Yeah,
He's able to drive Spence back a little bit. That could be significant.
Yeah, that was a good haymaker left hand by Spence.
Now, the probability of Spence knocking Danny Garcia, I might add, I don't think is high. I think this is a long distance fight. Both of these guys are very savvy, very experienced.
I thought that was interesting in the last few
not
seconds.
prone to get knocked out.
Right, just to see Danny Garcia able to get physical, land a shot, drive Spence back. Again, that's a little more information to take here. And that's clearly after the bell.
You know when you're getting ready in the morning and you wash your face, and then you need to brush your teeth, but your face is still wet? Well, with the Scrub and Puff, you can do both at once. It's such a time saver. I think I want to sell them because I'm pretty sure everyone will want one of these.
I know how to do that. So this is Constant Contact. Here you can build a website, an online store, handle your email marketing, and more, all in one place. With Constant Contact, we created and designed a website, built an online store, got a custom domain, announced our product to the world, and sold our scrub.
But we're going to go upstairs and find out what Sean Porter is thinking. Kate Abdo, take it away.
Thanks very much, guys. Yeah, we gave you 2 rounds, not 1, but you made your decision after the first.
I'm telling you, no need to even cue me up. Listen, I love what I see tonight. Danny Garcia he's not being aggressive, but he's punching. He's trying to punch and counter every time Errol Spence throws. That's exactly what he needs to do, and I love what I'm seeing from Errol Spence. He looks like he's 100%. He looks like he's himself. I got Errol Spence Jr. winning a close decision tonight.
Guys, we got to pick. Brian, back to you.
All right, there you go.
Nervous. I hate picking.
At least we put his feet to the fire. And I believe Danny Garcia outlanded Errol Spence in that second round. Errol Spence is rarely outlanded on the CompuBox stats, as we watch here at the end of the round, getting physical. Now it's late.
That was nice. See, Danny Garcia is smart. He's crafty. He's cunning. And he hits hard. And I like what Sean just said. And who better to tell us what's going on in the ring between these two guys since he's been in with both.
And look, for Garcia's point, right, not to go away quietly. Indeed, there it is, 8-7 and punches landed for Danny Garcia after getting outlanded 15-9. Not that that means that the winner of the CompuBox numbers wins the round, but it can be indicative of what happened. And if you're a Garcia fan, I think you can be slightly heartened to Lennox, possibly, by what you saw there for at least that 30-second stanza.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I said, he's gonna pick his spots. The only problem with that, what he did, he hit him after the bell. He tested the chin after the bell. You gotta test the chin while the round is going on.
Garcia goes down.
That was a trip over the
Oh yeah. Got awkward and went down, of course.
Which happens all the time, most of the time, with when you got an orthodox boxer and a southpaw boxer. They always mix their feet up.
See, Danny Garcia's been real clever here right now. And look at him, he's coming in with the 1-2-1. He's starting off the jab right hand and finishing with the jab. And that's kind of bothersome for Errol Spence right now.
Yeah, they're both going to the body. Again, Spence is the best in the world at throwing body shots. Look at that jab. It's beautiful as well. I mean, he's such a complete boxer. But there's a hard left hand by Errol Spence drives Garcia back.
To the body. He hit him to the body for sure. And Danny tried to counter and fell off balance.
Errol has deceptive power, doesn't he? I mean, he doesn't have that body where you think he's going to hurt you. It's a hard right hand by Garcia, but he is able to really lay the wood to you.
Yeah, he's putting his body behind his punches as well. He's launching that left hand from far and it's coming far and it's landing accurately.
Spence is digging in.
Yeah, I don't think
Garcia here.
I don't think there's anything deceptive about Errol Spence's power, to tell you the truth. I think it's a proven commodity, and that you anybody that's going to be in there with him, if you're a coach on the other side, you know that he's a dangerous guy at all times.
Well, it's an accumulation of power. You know, it's not Tommy Hearns and Queen of Cuevas. You know, it's not he starts you with one shot. But obviously, look,
he can put you down.
Look, he did it to Sean Porter. He did that late, but it was an accumulation of punishment. I mean, look at the physiques of the guy. You could say that.
See, I like what Errol Spence is doing right now. He's close to Danny. He's got his hands up high, and he's basically putting, pressure on him, forcing him to either throw a punch so he can do something off of that.
Good jab work there by Errol Spence. He spins Garcia around, and he continues to punch. Hey, that's fair game.
Yeah, that's
all right.
Yeah, Spence was good. He didn't hit him behind the back. He aimed for the front of the head.
Yep. Absolutely not a dirty fighter. Again, he was hit after the bell, too. So he could try to return the favor. As they get into a wrestling match here in the final seconds of round number 3. Spirited action here in the first 3 rounds of the welterweight championship. And we are going to go into the corner and listen to Angel Garcia here after 3 rounds and see what he says to his son.
Top of the nose.
Not the rope, Jack. The one on the rope, not the rope. You heard me? Not the rope. No, a little cut, like a scratch. It's a little baby scratch. Listen.
Just so you know, he's got a cut on top of the nose. I ruled it from a punch.
Okay? You dipping and slipping, make him pay though. You giving him too much confidence. Back him the fuck off. Be smart, Danny. Don't jump out.
No, this cut is from a punch.
Yeah.
On the nose, okay?
Danny, it's not a cut, Danny. It's a baby.
It's a scratch. Don't worry about
it. It's a baby nothing. But let's stop on that.
I got it.
What you waiting for?
I know.
Danny.
It's in here.
Danny, don't jump straight back. Okay? Keep circling on him, Danny. You gotta make him pay when he throws go under and work with him. Okay? You give him to his respect. Keep your hands up. Fuck this pussy up, Danny.
Upgrade to watch videos without ads breaking your focus. Try 3 months on us.
Yeah, that cut's nothing, Bri, and Angel's right. I don't think it's a factor at all.
Yeah, there's still a lot of talk about cut. There's a cut. Like, oh, where?
But I'll tell you what. What's more threatening than that cut is the way Errol Spence is putting on pressure right now.
Yeah. And look, Errol Spence outlanding Danny Garcia only 10-9. And again, that's not the norm.
Yeah.
Let's go to Larry Hazard right now, see how he scores the first 3 rounds. Larry, how do you have it?
Well, you guys are doing a great job of analyzing this thing. I got Spence ahead 30-27. Danny Garcia is going to have to take a page out of Sean Porter's book and jump on top of Spence and take this fight into the trenches if he expects to win. Right now, Spence is having his way. I got him 3 rounds to 0 going out.
Larry, thank you very much. Yeah, look, that could be definitely the way. Possibly second round could go to Garcia. Joe Lennox, would you have any rounds going to Danny so far?
Not now. Like I said, Spence is controlling the fight with his jab, and he's controlling the distance, and he's throwing good combinations. When you step in with the jab like that, Danny Garcia is just moving around. He's trying to find a way to counterpunch.
Good hook there by Garcia, at least landed slightly on the side, and there's a body shot.
To answer your question, it's hard to ever argue with Larry Hazard, and I completely agree with him. It's right now it's Sean Porter, it's Errol Spence that is really pressing the action here, that's taking the fight to Garcia, and he's the one that looks like he's winning the fight.
And Angel said, "Look, don't give him so much respect, right?" So he's asking him to get in there close.
Right, he understands what he's looking at right now.
Yeah, the size difference, the height difference really makes a matter difference as well, because, with Errol throwing that jab, and Danny boxing against a guy that's a great jabber, plus he's taller and he throws a lot of punches, it's kind of difficult for Danny to really focus on what he needs to do. What he needs to do is really come back with the punches like his father was saying. Don't give him those free shots. Don't step back too much. Better off step into the side, which he did.
And Errol Spence, Lennox makes that so difficult. He's so active. That jab is long, it's strong, it's snappy. There it is right there, bouncing off the head of Danny Garcia. And at any moment, he will throw that left hand to the body. There it is, a good uppercut as well. Then Spence is number 1 in the welterweight division in punches per round. Punches landed per round, jabs landed, power punches.
And body punches.
Yeah, I mean, he is number 1. His accuracy in his body shots, also number 1 in a star-studded division. But yet you see punches landed 43 to 35. That's not a